What's up, guys? Liam from Playback Society here, and Justice League is here, and it sucks. It sucks. Now, what do I mean by it sucks? Justice League kicks off with Batman trying to recruit a bunch of people. He's trying to recruit these other people that are heroes. Some of them don't even know what they're capable of doing. In a world where Superman is dead. It's a world without hope. It's on the brink of anarchy and everyone is sad. Ben Affleck's Batman especially can't seem to get over the death of Superman, even though he did try to kill Superman. And there's this guy named Steppenwolf, and he's like coming down to gather all these three mother boxes. And these three mother boxes essentially hold the key to, like, you know, destroying Earth and rebuilding his hell kind of thing. And, you know, that's a pretty simple story. Batman needs heroes. Steppenwolf needs mother boxes. I can see why they went in this direction. It's a direction that makes sense, that Superman's death brings a lot of pain and that he's a beacon of hope for the people. But in this universe, in this DC world, it doesn't work. Think about Man of Steel, think about Batman vs Superman. Superman was not exactly a beacon of hope. I can think of Superman Returns, actually, Brandon Routh, as a far more stronger beacon of hope and ambition and really pushing the world in the right direction. But Man of Steel is not a great movie, and Batman v Superman I think is great, but Superman was not exactly a happy guy. He seemed very angry all the time in that movie. The movie barely holds together, actually. It falls apart seemingly like at any moment. When we're shown Wonder Woman's world, we're kind of familiar with it because we've all seen Wonder Woman. But when we're thrust into Cyborg, or we're thrust into The Flash, or we're thrust into Aquaman's Atlantean world, there's no context. There's no understanding. I don't know why we're there. And the audience is kind of left really confused. Now, as someone that kind of knows these heroes, I have a bit of a different take. But for someone who doesn't know much about these heroes, they may just enjoy seeing them on the screen for the first time anyway. Like, oh, who's that robot guy? He's pretty cool. I mean, I went with a couple of friends and they called him African American Astro Boy. But the thing about Justice League is that it really struggles in terms of knowing what it wants to do. And in this movie, it just feels like a chore. It feels like by the end of this movie, we haven't gotten anywhere with the characters. I don't feel like anyone's actually really changed. It's just like, okay, here are these people, here's this problem, let's solve this problem. We kind of have to be a team to solve this problem, so let's be a team. And there's no real development for any characters. I don't feel like anyone goes from A to B in this movie with an actual change in their character or that they've learned something. And at the end of the day, that's how I feel about this movie. I feel like I haven't learned anything. And I think that's really shit. I think that, you know, even though just all these other comparisons, like when you think about Suicide Squad and Avengers, they all weren't perfect movies, but they were really ambitious. They tried things that people may not have well responded to. But Justice League just seemed to try to get the job done. And they tried to do that with a really not earned background story where Superman is dead and the world needs him. That fundamental start is where the problems begin. I'm immediately put in disbelief. There are parts where I think in a movie where I believed in the narrative and I believed in the characters working together, I could really get behind it. But again, when we get to this final fight scene, when we get to things that require teamwork, that require friendship and trust, it's not earned, it's not believable, and the movie really suffers because of it. The best parts of this movie are honestly Wonder Woman. That's not because it's Gal Gadot, it's just because we've had so much time with her character. We've had a movie to get to know her, to get to know her problems. In fact, the best parts of this movie are the relationship between Wonder Woman and Batman. They've been through shit together. And they know each other's weaknesses, and they exploit each other's weaknesses. But everyone else isn't really that great. For people that don't know much about these characters, Justice League does not do a great job of explaining anything. Onto The Flash. The Flash by Ezra Miller. He is great. I really did not think anyone, after watching the Flash TV show, I didn't think, Ezra Miller was a great pick, actually, at first. I didn't think he could fill those boots. He's actually awesome in it. He's funny. Like, you see a bit of vulnerability in him. Just enough to kind of get behind his character. But Yeah, the movie just struggles so hard to give these characters a reason to do what they do. Give these characters a motivation. Give these characters kind of any semblance of like being a kind of three-dimensional person. Ultimately, Justice League is not the movie we've all been waiting for. I loved Batman v Superman, but I know it has its problems. But Justice League is just so far gone from having any semblance of inspiration or hope, or it's just a really disappointing movie. And I'm really sad to say that because I was looking forward to it so much. I mean, it's worth watching it because it brings characters together that we've never seen come together before. But don't expect something amazing. Just expect a movie that wants to get the job done. It wants you to see them together, but it doesn't want you to enjoy seeing them together. When you think about Batman v Superman, yes, it was really divisive. You either really liked it or you really didn't like it. And the thing that I admired about that movie is that it was very ambitious. It tried a lot of different things. Ben Affleck as Batman was unprecedented and pretty interesting. He was very aggressive. He was old. He was, getting like pretty much retirement age. Like that was a different take. And you had a different kind of Superman. You had a different kind of world. And I thought that, whether I agreed with it or not, it was an ambitious one. And now when we're at Justice League, it's a world that is pretty damn boring. It's a world that isn't earned. Hey guys, this was Liam from Playback Society. I hope you liked my review of Justice League. Thank you.